Hi there, welcome to the Barbara Young channel and welcome to my Friday Sews. And as I always do, I'll start by saying thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. So we can all come together on a Friday and see what we've been doing for the week. There is a tag down below, so just click on that to see who else has been doing a Friday Sews. But of course, what is mine first? So what have I been doing this week? Not a great deal. I really haven't done a lot, I must admit, this week. Bits and pieces, maybe, I suppose I could say. I think the first thing I should mention is something that I'd done previously. It is the, let's have a look, the New Look 6508, which was actually this one with the dress with the really long tie pieces that go around the back. I made it seemed quite nice, but I put it on a couple of times and I just wasn't quite happy with it. The skirt section it just wasn't right, it just wasn't sitting right. It was a little bit baggy and I just hadn't really got the sizing quite right. I focused so much on this top section that I hadn't really focused on getting the skirt bit right. So I took the skirt bit off completely and decided to adjust it because I felt that it just wasn't right. So I needed adjusting. So that's what I've been doing first of all. What I did was I put it on and just quickly let you know what it was that I did do to it. So yes, here it is. This is the New Look 6508 dress that I did quite recently. And yes, it did seem quite nice at the time. And I was quite happy with it at the time. But when I tried to wear it a bit, I did realise that it wasn't quite right. Basically, there was too much room in the skirt at the back here. So basically what I'd done is taken the whole skirt section off completely. Took it off, took this inner waistband piece off and decided to rework it. And I wanted to bring it in so it would fit better. And what I basically had to do was to take this whole back seam apart completely, including taking the zip off, which was a bit of a pain, but never mind. And then I trimmed out about 2 centimetres from both sides. So I was taking out at least 1.5 inches. And then I've got to put in then I've got my seam allowance. So I've taken probably a couple of inches easy out of this back seam so that this now sits. There's a little bit of looseness in it, but I need a little bit of looseness because obviously if you, like with me, stomach swells up a bit or gets a bit bloated, then obviously I need that little bit of extra room. But now it sits a lot better. It's actually not, instead of it hanging down, which is what it was doing, it was bagging down quite a bit and it was really just not sitting right at all. So now, having done that, I feel that it sits a lot better and it actually stays up here without feeling like it's dropping, without having to tie this up real tight, because I don't like it having too tight. I don't mind it being tied there, but I don't want it to be tied. So that's improved it a lot, I think, and it just feels like it sits on me so much better than it did before. And it's just that small adjustment, just working out how to make sure that that skirt section fitted properly, because I spent so much time getting this top section to fit properly. I didn't really focus on the skirt and I should have taken a bit more time over it, but it's fine now. And that's one of the alterations that I did. So now I feel much more comfortable about wearing this and not feel so conscious that it's not quite right. Yes, I've got the little vest on, but then it's winter still, I know it's designed to be as a summer dress, but well, I'm sure we'll get to summer at some point, won't we? Now, another thing I did do this week is I altered a skirt. Now, this is a skirt that I've had for quite some time, and I've not worn it for quite a long while, quite some time, because it got a little bit of a damage to it, a little bit of a rip, and it was not a skirt I always reached for anyway, because of its style. I like it. Now I'll just show you the top bit. It's this, and the pockets are on the front here, but they're like the pockets you'd normally get on the back, but that's the back with a zip, so it's a sort of like back to front skirt a little bit. Now it was somewhat longer than it is now, and it had this section at the bottom that had a split. What I do is I put a picture in, whichever way, so you can sort of see how the skirt used to look before I've adjusted it. And as you can see, it was this longer skirt with a slit up the front, but where that slit met the top of that slit, where it's at the skirt, it got pulled and it had ripped very slightly, so I needed to adjust it, amend it, fix it, do something with it, and the length of it wasn't quite the length that I normally like, so I hadn't really been wearing it much anyway, so I thought I would give it an amendment, an alteration, and so I'd more like to wear it. So what I'll do is I'll put this on and just show you what I've actually done to it. And here is the skirt, all done. And as you can see, it's definitely somewhat shorter than it used to be. But I'm happy with this. It's sort of in that range that I like. It's above my knee, but not too far above my knee. I do like it to come down normally just onto my knee, but this is fine. And what I did basically is where it came up and you had that slit, if you remember in that picture I just showed, I'll put it up again, the slit came up, and then that's where it went from. So what I did is I took it off, I cut it off at that point all the way round, and then I took what was the very bottom of the section. I've got the other bit here. What was the very bottom of it that I've cut off, basically, and then just made a piece on the length that I wanted, so I could create this sort of little extra bit, almost like a little hem piece on the bottom, and then just stitched it on just to put it on and create that hem piece. And of course now, instead of as it was before, it would go and almost go straight down, look like it was pulling it in a straight down. Now it's got a bit of an A-line sort of bell look to it, hasn't it? You know, which I like. It's really nice. So yeah, and it fits really nicely. It always did. It was always quite a nice fit. Now this material's got a little bit of stretch in it naturally, so that's fine with it being quite close here, because if I get rid of a swollen tummy, it will stretch with me during the day. So that's really nice, and I love the way that it now sits on me with that that shape. So yeah, I think that's looking a lot better than it used to. So yeah, a nice little skirt now. I'm just going to drop this camera down a little bit. I'll be a bit closer. So let's do that. See if I can get myself in shot. There we go. And there it is. One nice shorter sort of A-line skirt now. I think that's a really nice skirt. As you can see, no pockets on the bum, but pockets on the front here. And these are quite nice size pockets as well. So yeah, it's a really nice skirt. So without that length and that slit in the front, which I was never too happy with anyway, this sits a lot more better now. So yeah, really happy with the little adjustment I've done to this to make it a wearable skirt. So there we go, fantastic. So that's about it really. I haven't really done much else. I have done a little bit of work on my Simplicity dress, the Simplicity 9742, that one that I've been slowly working on. I said there were a few adjustments I wanted to make, like shortening the bodice again. I'd lengthened it by about 2 inches, and then I want to take it back up again by about 1 inch because I decided it was a bit too long. So I've done that and a couple of other tiny adjustments, only to the pattern pieces really. So I haven't really done any work on the actual mock-up, but I think I've got it where I want it now. So I think really what I ought to be doing is looking at what material I want. Now, unfortunately, I don't seem to have any material in my stash that's going to fit the bill. So I might have to get some, unless I can find some of an amount that I could use in one of the charity shops, and I might actually have to spend some money and buy some material. So I'm currently looking at that. So obviously I've not done that yet, so that's why I've not really pushed on with this, because that's my consideration. Do I need to buy some material to make this particular dress? As I would prefer to actually make it from what I've already got, but I don't think anything's quite going to fit the bill for what I want. So yeah, I think my pattern pieces are now ready and how I want them. I just need to sort out material. So hopefully if I do that, maybe I might get on with it for next week and get some more done, and I'll be able to show you my progress next week on that one. So there we go, that's it. That was my week. Life, nothing much really to say about. Another, I suppose, call it another quiet week, really. I've actually been a little unwell just lately, but please don't worry, I'm feeling absolutely fine right now. But you know how it is, these things come and go, coming to test us, don't they? So, you know, we plod on and just try and keep going, but there we are. So yeah, that was my week. And not much else to say about, but I suppose I have got some things done. I've adjusted 2 things. The dress, I've got it how I want, that other dress that I was doing, the New Look 6508, and I'm much more happy with that. I've adjusted that skirt and amended that, so that's now wearable. And I have done a bit of work on my Simplicity dress, so yeah, I suppose I have got things done. There we go, some things are done. So that's it really from me. That's all I got from this week. So if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Just click that button. Subscribe, and that way you get notifications of when my videos come out, especially if you click that little bell icon. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's always nice to see what you're thinking and also what you're up to. And as I always say, if you wish to chat amongst yourselves within the comments, please do, because that's why we come here, to come together to make those connections. So I think it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.
Bye.